I don't know. Can you hear me good? Because I'm out and about. Okay, I'm traveling, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so excited for today. And I just want to thank you, and I want everybody to put hearts and all the hearts you can put in the chat because you're leading the way for us. Because anyone could do Hall of Fame agency 1 year, but 4 years, hello, some work had to be done. So you're really setting the pace for us and leading by example. And I'm here today because of you, and I'm never gonna stop saying that because that's real. So thank you, and I'm excited for today. So excited, and I'm gonna tell you why. And for those that are here taking notes, listen, an event, a Zoom call, anything like this could change your business. Today could change your business forever. And I'm going to tell you why. Javier, Javier did not like to hire agents. I used to give him agents because he was so good selling. I'm like, Javier, you got to start getting a team. And then we would take it back because he would not take care of them. He's like, Digna, I just want to sell. I just want to do this. And then one day, I'm going to tell you why you got to be on the Zoom calls. One day, I invited Andrew to my team call. And according to Javier, he broke his head in two pieces because Andrew talked about real estate and an insurance agent. How instead of having a bunch of houses, why don't you have a bunch of insurance agents and build an agency and then they pay you more? And then he just went crazy, guys. And I'm talking about 2, 3 months later, he has a logo. He's killing it. That was because he was on that Zoom meeting, on a training. He didn't miss it. He was paying attention. And the best part, he went to work on what he learned that day. And you see, that's the difference with the people that get on Zooms and get on trainings and get on trainings and get on trainings, but they don't do anything with the information. So hopefully tonight you guys really put to work. Because when Javier trains in our team, it goes wild. Like people just like you see sales coming from everywhere because this energy. He's 21 years old, guys. He's from Cuba, and you know that when he starts talking. Javier is amazing because he's 21. He could be partying all day and doing all kinds of stuff, and Javier wants to work 7 days a week. He people had to tell him go eat and go to sleep. He doesn't want to do any of that. So Javier, for those people that are here that don't know you, can you tell them who you are? You know, where you come from? How did you find Family First Life? How long you been in insurance? Where's Javier? Is he unmuted? Let's
Oh,
unmute Javier. There you go.
okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna try in English. I'm not
Yes.
very good in English. I'm gonna try my best. So no, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you, Marisa, to having me here. And no, hasta se me olvidó el inglés. Se me olvidó. I
He
forget
said he's so
English.
excited he forgot how to speak English. Keep going. Keep going. You're doing great.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about a little bit me. So for those who doesn't know me, my name is Javier. Like Dina says, I'm 21 years old, and I've been here in the life insurance agency in the life insurance industry like 1 years and 4 months. And before this business, I was just finished high school, and after graduating, I got a job in construction, but I ended up getting fired. So I have a friend of mine gave me the opportunity to get my health and life insurance license with the idea of selling health insurance. And I worked about 2 months selling health insurance, but eventually I did the transaction to life insurance, and my first opportunity was with a company that I have to meet a knocking door, going house to house selling final expense. I was there for about 2 months, but I wasn't getting any result. Then I joined to another company that I sold from home, and but I didn't. I there were no leads, no system, no training, no nothing. I feel lost. But one day I saw a video from Digna. I was searching on YouTube for a new opportunity, and I found a video from Digna and a video she had made 2 years ago. She in the video put her only her email, and I didn't see her phone number, and I decided to brought to her even through the email, and she responded quickly, and she gave me the phone number, and I called to her. We talk, and that when we connect, and she explained everything to me, and I was hungry. I was ready to work, and I just happened in the same week I was in the lock-in event, and she told me you have to
Javier,
go to the
Javier,
event. Yeah,
let me stop you because this is important. So I told you about being in all the meetings, and when your upline said, "Hey, there's an event, you need to be there." When Javier, I asked him for a document to get him contracted. Within the hour, I had everything. He was hungry. He found me on YouTube and he sent me an email because I didn't even have my number on the. That's such a good marketing. So anyway, I called him back and I said, "Well, I'm gonna see if he's serious." He's so young. He was 20 then, and I said, "Okay, if you really want to do this, I have a lock in this week on Thursday. Okay, this is Sunday on Thursday. You need to be there, and if you're there, then I know you for real. You want to do this." And then what happened, Javier?
yeah, that event uh, changed my life. So you tell me that event will change your life. So at that time, I had no idea what is the lock-in was. I didn't know what is it mean to sell insurance over the phone, and I didn't know what is an IUL was. The only thing I hear from Stigna is you have to go there, okay? And nobody cares. You have to go there. But my brother, I have a brother. He have 23 years old. He older than me, and who was working at the time. And I had to come. He had to come with me, and he has asked for the time off on his job, so we could be go together. My dad was in Cuba with my sick mom and grandmother, so it was just two of the off here in the U.S. We went to the lock-in, uh, not knowing where we're going to meet or what exactly we're getting into, but we have to hope. So that event completely changed my life and the way I saw this business. So after that, I started studying, practicing, and learning from the top producer here in the company. I learned how to sell in IUL over the phone, especially IULs. I was says I didn't start. I didn't start from zero. I start below zero because I didn't even know how to talk to people. My biggest fear was communication, expressing myself, but little by little I was working on it. So I studied everything I could. I watching every video in English, copy everything the top producer were doing, and apply to the Spanish market selling IUL. So my first invest, it was 500 in lead. I made my first two sales in 15 days, and that sale was 18,000 in AP, and I made net profit like 5,000, and that invest, and then I invest another 500, but I didn't sell anything. But I invest another 1,000, and little by little, I got better. I improved my skill, my process, and I keep growing. So my biggest month was 107,000, así, Dina, ¿no? 107,000, 107,000 submitting
Yes,
AP,
yes.
107,000 submitting an AP. At the first, I never want to recurring, como, like Digna says, so that I just want to sell, 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 sell. That's all I care about. So, but then I joined to the Zoom training with Andrew Taylor, and he's speaking. He said something like that completely changed and changed my way to see the business and change how to solve the business. So every agent, he says, every agent is like a real property. I said even better because you don't need to invest money. You just you need to invest time to them, and they will create long term income from you. So that completely blew my mind for that momentum. So I start recruiting full time. So the same way I saw, I start building a run ad. I spoke it to the agent every day, and I started growing. I was speaking to everyone, speaking to every agent. But I released and realized that I truly grow. I needed to build something long term and duplicable, a system that anyone could block into the success. So that was my focus, building a system that I work and training, lead, support, and making it duplicable. So no
Let
sé,
me translate a little bit, like to get that point across really well for everyone here, Marissa. Because one thing about Javier, he invested $500 in leads. Let's go back to that, and he sold his first big policy. But he had to. He didn't sell. Then he invested $1,000, and he didn't sell anything. And then he invested again because he said the mindset was, I'm gonna make it again. I just gotta keep doing it. And he just kept doing. He hasn't stopped. He never stopped investing in his business since that time. Even when he didn't sell the policy, he kept buying leads. He said, if I don't change the mindset, because he never bought leads before, so he had the mindset around, how am I going to do this? I don't want to put all this money in leads, right? But then he understood the concept. And that's huge, guys, because some people don't want to do that. You sell, you're good. You don't sell, you're like, oh, wait, I'm going to call the old leads. No, you got to do it again and again and again and again. That's how it works. So that's one point. I don't know if you want to say something, Marissa, so I could touch the other point, or you good?
No, no, I think that's amazing. You keep going, Diggs.
Okay. Okay, good. So the other point is, when Javier realized in that Zoom training that, oh my gosh, I gotta go get agents, right? Like, he's intense and everything he does. It drives me crazy, but he's intense. So he comes to me and he's like, Digna, I want to build an agency. I want to get 100 agents. And I'm like, okay, Javier, how much money you got? Because if you're gonna do that, you need to have money, because guess what? You're not going to sell like you were selling, because I'm not going to train your agents. I'm sorry. I love you, but you're going to have to be on Zoom with your agents, selling with them and teaching them how to do this. He said, I'm in. I said, and you got to buy leads, and you got to, start building your system. And you need and I'm like, trying to, because I already went through him not wanting to recruit. And I'm like, let's see if this is real. And then he told me, guys, I want you to listen. He's 20 years old at the time. He just turned 21 the other day. And he said to me, Digna, every dime that I got paid in this business, I put it in the bank. I don't party. I don't do anything. I just help my father with some things in the house. I have the money. He put all his money away, guys, to invest in his business, which I thought it was, I was like, I almost cry. I'm like, oh my God, he's serious. Let's go. And I give my all to people like that like, he's serious about this. And then I said, Javier, you got to do videos, because if you're going to recruit, they can see my video. They got to see your video. They got to see your picture. We got to do professional pictures. You see, you have to be coachable, guys. And when we tell you to do certain things, it's because we want the best for you. So I said, Javier, we gotta do professional pictures. I had a picture of him when he was like in high school. I'm like, Javier, who the heck is gonna come in your team with that? Like, we need good pictures. So we got a professional pictures. We got Javier looking like a CEO. And then I'm like, Javier, we gotta do videos. And I dig now, but oh my God, I'm like, no, here, copy my video, copy paste, people. That is all we have to do here. He literally copied my videos, and then he made it better, obviously. Then he got really cute, and then he just started doing all kinds of videos and stuff. But at the beginning, he just copy pasted what I was doing. And then he was running his own ads, and he's paying his own money, and he's getting all these agents. And then I did the first presentation with him to recruit guys. I just needed to do one. I said, Javier, I'm going to teach you how to do it, but I want you to take notes. We're going to do it together, but guess what? The next one is on you. I have not done a presentation for Javier since the first one. He does all his marketing, all his presentations, and he takes his team. And here's the one thing that Javier has, which I want him to go into now, because you might be saying, how in the world, where do you get all this confidence? Where does it come from? Because he's getting results, guys. He's grinding. Javier, how many hours do you work a day? How many days a week do you work?
24/7, 24/7.
Literally
When I was
24.
sleep, when I was sleeping, I'm working. When I
Yeah,
was sleeping, I'm working. I'm working all day,
all day. He's like, dang,
all
I
day.
got an idea. But he works around the clock. And I know not everybody could do that. I understand not everybody is 20 years old, but I have 4 kids and I'm a wife and I have things with my church and I work 24/7 too. So you could do it too if you want to change the situation. If you don't want to change it, just keep doing whenever you feel like it. Whenever your feelings are good, you work. When you feel like crap, don't work. Sorry, you're not going to get paid. Seriously, you're going to have chargebacks. That's what happens, guys. I mean, I'm being real here. I'm sorry. But Javier, let's talk about 21 years old. How did you get the conference to work with all these agents? You have agents that could be your mother, your father, your big brothers. So, what do you find this conference? Tell us. How do you do that?
So because I have result, so I have result. Those people want to copy my, my, quieren copiar lo que estoy haciendo, what I'm doing.
They want to copy what you're doing, right?
Yeah,
Cool.
and I'm 21. When these people see me, my result and how much I'm making, he want to copy my what I'm doing. Obviously, I have more, ¿cómo se dice? Credibilidad.
More credibility.
Yeah, and what I'm doing.
What advice would you give someone that's here right now that's probably struggling to get results, right? What piece of advice would you give them? One thing that they could do, they could
Yeah,
change for their business.
and selling.
Both, both.
Okay, so in sell, you have to know your number. How many call you're doing per day? How many pickup you have, and how many presentation do you have, and how many close. So if you have 10 pickup, 10 hello, who is this, and you just have one presentation or two presentation, minimum three, you're struggling in the introduction. You don't know how to become overcome objection, and you doesn't know how and the tone works. So you have to know your number. So como digo, una vez que conoces tus números se te hace más fácil. Estás muteada, you're mute. Estás muteada.
I unmuted her.
Okay,
Once you know your numbers, it becomes easier.
yeah. hmm So how many leads do you buy? How many call are you doing per day? Because like Marisa says, when I was selling high level, I was dialing Saturday and Sunday. I was the only person in the here in the company, and that I was selling in Sunday at 9 a.m. Okay, so la gente me decía, Dina, puedes traducir, la gente me decían que si yo tenía pena de llamar a estas personas por la mañana.
They used to ask him in our agency, nobody gets in at 9 a.m. on a Sunday. Nobody. Javier will be in and he'll be selling on Sunday. Before people get on Zoom, Javier already sold 3 policies on a Sunday. And they will say, Javier, don't you feel bad calling people on a Sunday this early? What do you say to them, Javier?
No, of course not. I don't care.
Course not.
I don't care. You know.
So what Javier is saying, guys, if you're struggling right now, you need to know your numbers. Are people picking up the phone? If they're not, then maybe you got to work on your introduction. This is very simple. This is numbers, guys. How many leads are you buying, right? So if you actually presenting, but then you're not closing, then we got to look at your presentation, right? And then those are the things that you got to look at which part of your presentation where you having trouble. So that's the only way your manager can help you. Because if your manager doesn't hear you on Zoom and they don't know what you're saying and they don't know if you're not consistent, nobody can help you, right? So that's how I was able to help Javier, because I was like, Javier, let's go. Let's go. No, you shouldn't say that. You should say this. You should, and that's how you help your people, right? So, but Javier, I have another question for you. I want you to tell everyone here, what are 3 daily things that you do every day that are non-negotiable to stay productive, to stay focused, and to get your agents to sell like that first policy? What are some of those things that you do with your team?
Okay, so first you have to have ¿cómo se dice calendario? Un horario.
You gotta have a schedule.
Yeah,
Or a
special. And that's first because you have to call, you have to recruiting, you have to bring in new people, and that's all I do every day. Every day, I recruiting people every day. Every day, I have around like 70 people right now. I'm gonna end this month with 100. This month, 100%, 100. And next month, I have my second locking, and I'm gonna have 50 people in the locking, and I'm gonna make 100 per day in the locking. I know what I'm doing every day, every hours.
So Javier copy pasted the lock-in because that's where he changed his life. So he did his first lock-in and a bunch of people just connected and they did amazing. So he's doing a second lock-in in August and he's planning to have 50 agents in there with him to scale his agency. So he he's very good with setting goals, Javier. ¿Cómo tú haces metas? How do you set your goals so you could actually make them happen, make them real?
Okay, ¿cómo hago meta? ¿A qué te refieres?
O sea, how you set goals for the month, for the week, for the day? How do you do that? What do you do?
Ah, tengo que conocer mis números. I have to know my numbers. What is my numbers? If I, como si estoy como que creciendo cada vez más, el equipo está creciendo, la producción. ¿Cómo se dice?
So he looks at his numbers, and if he's growing, then he knows he's going in the right direction, and he do
Yeah,
more of those things. And
yeah,
then you set goals based on that.
yeah. Y para cumplir esas metas, eh, eh, ¿cómo se dice?
To achieve your goals.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I have to know what I'm doing is, bueno, voy a decir en español para no confundirme. Si la gente está invirtiendo $500 el día a la semana, hago que invierta 1000.
So what he does with his team, and that's why they're growing so fast. If they're investing $500 a week, which is his goal for everybody to put $500 a week in leads, because he know they could sell a policy or two or three. He said once they do that and they sell, then they encourage them to do 1,000 to go up, not to stay there, because that's what most agents are going to do. They're just going to stay there. So he encouraged them to do 1,000. It's correcto, Javier.
Sí.
Digna.
Okay. Yes.
Wait, I want to ask Javier, what are the platforms that you are finding people on? Is it in person? Is it on Instagram, YouTube? What are the platforms that you're recruiting?
Oh, Facebook. Oh, everywhere. Everywhere. For recruiting, everywhere. Everywhere. Yeah. I talk
So
to everyone. Yeah.
when you go out around town, run your errands, you talk to people in person and
Yeah.
do social media?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you meet me and I'm working at like a restaurant, what do you say to me to approach that?
You have to work with me. You want to make money, you have to work with me. Like what 2 weeks ago, Digna, ayúdame a traducir. Hubo una persona que vino aquí a mi casa a venderme, creo que eran paneles solar. Y cuando nada más que lo vi, yo lo paré, él me estaba vendiendo, me quería vender, y yo lo paré. Le dije, no me vendas nada, ¿ok? No, ¿sabes? No me vendas nada, ¿qué tú haces? ¿Qué edad tienes? Y le mostré lo que yo hacía, a lo que vendía, y le mostré mis números. ¿Cuánto gané ese
So,
mes?
y lo reclutaste.
Sí, está sacando la licencia.
So he had a guy that knocked on his door selling solar panels the other day, and he said, "Stop! Don't tell me anything. Come here." And then he brought him in. He said, "Look, this is what I made this month. You should be working with me." And the guy is studying for his license right now. So he said sometime because here's another thing. Javier never misses Sean's training on Friday. So if you're not in that training, you need to be there. He tells me I'm Sean Jr. I see how he talks to people and he's straight and he recruits everywhere. I'm gonna do the same thing. So that's he's very aggressive when it comes to that. He has a lot of Facebook ads that he pays for, Maritza. So I'm gonna tell you, he invests in recruiting, but the one that he pays is Facebook. But the rest, his team is bringing people. And here's another thing that Javier does. At the beginning, he was very selective. He would like tell people, "No, you're not gonna work with me," which is fine. But then he realized he had a guy that was kind of not good. And the guy brought a superstar in his team. He's a manager now with him. The guy did 31K already this month. And the guy's building a team. So he realized that. He said, recruit and then select, because those people could bring you your superstars. So don't discriminate anyone in this business until you see them working, right? And then who do they know? And a lot of his team is being organically grown right now.
Yeah, I
Any
love.
other?
Yeah, and Diggs, I want to make a point to that too, you guys, because a lot of people they want to get stuck on the script of what should I say to people or how should I present the opportunity. And guys, when Javier says like I just said, if you want to make money, you got to work with me. It's a lot. It's just like when we do our sales and when we're helping families, it's not necessarily what you say, it's how you say it. And that is very Sean Mike-esque, right? And we've all seen him recruit people. I've seen him recruit people from the ballet. He doesn't go up and he's like, hey guys, so I sell life insurance and it's a good opportunity and maybe here's my card if you want to check it out. He'll literally walk right up and he'll be like, hey Javier, how long you been working at the ballet? And he's like, I don't know, a couple months. Do you like it? Well, I don't know. Does it pay good? No, not really. Perfect. You should work with me. Anyway, this is what we do. Here's my card. Like, send me a text. We'll get you going. So it is, you say it with so much confidence. It doesn't need that much of an explanation, right? It's just like when you do, he's saying, dude, what we do is awesome. We have an opportunity. We have an opportunity that can help you. Come work with me. We don't need to go over all the ifs, ands, and buts, right? And if you're presenting to the right people and you're talking about it the right way and you're coming forward with aggression and with I know what I'm talking about, that is what we do. That's sales, guys, and that's what it is. And just to give you guys another quick story, so Digna, I think I've told you this before. Sean used to say this statistic a lot. In every single meeting, he'd say this number, okay? And he would say it, and for years I've been regurgitating that. Like I'd be like, yeah, there's this many, and I would say this number that he would say. Finally, one day, after like 3.5 years, I was like, hey, where'd you get that number from? He's like, what do you mean? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, that number that you always say, like it's on all of your trainings. You're always like saying this. And he's like, oh, I don't know. He's like, that's just what I thought it was. And I just basically made it up and I just said that. And I'm like, dude, you know, everyone believes you, right? And he's like, yeah, because I said it like I meant it. And people know that I have their best interests at heart. So he's like, I'm not like lying to anybody or anything like that. But he's like, I said that and I meant that and I was passionate about it. So that's what it is. So when Javier says that, guys, you don't have to have some crazy elevator pitch and you don't need to. And honestly, it's kind of weird if you do. If you go up to people like you mean it, like you're meant to be there, like you know what you're talking about, and like you care about making a difference in their life, you don't need some crazy script. So I just wanted to say that, Diggs. And Javier, great job.
No,
Thank you.
that's awesome. The other thing, Javier, I want you to talk about, because there's a lot of people here that are recruiting and they're bringing people into the team. What are some of the things? Give me some like things that someone here could take and go and do with their team. What do you do? Because right now in our agency, your team is the one that's selling the most first sale for agent that comes in. But then it's not just to make that one sale, like they keep selling once they do that first one. So what's the dynamic with your team? ¿Cómo tú trabajas con el equipo?
Sí,
Like,
sí,
tell about
exacto.
that. Okay, dale.
So for the new agent who want to sell the first policy, I just training with and then a script. ¿Qué tiene que decir? ¿Cómo tiene que decirlo? What he want to, need to say it, how to say. That's all. I don't care about company and ¿cómo se dice? Careers and products, and that doesn't matter. I only care about what he know qué necesita él sabe decir. Eso es todo.
How many times do you have them practice a schedule?
Oh, his script, 80, 100 per day.
He has a new agent in a day. They had to practice the script 80 times.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
and then they could sell.
yeah.
Amazing. Okay. What else you do with those?
Because when cuando el agente sabe qué tiene que decir, se siente más seguro. And when the agent know what he know to, cuando la gente sabe qué tiene que decir, se
Yeah,
siente
when
más
they know
seguro.
what to say, they feel more. They feel confident. They know what to say, right?
Y
So he.
exacto. Y lo que
Go
más
ahead.
importa cuando uno está llamando por teléfono es la convicción, la seguridad. Eso es lo que uno transmite cuando está hablando con el cliente, porque no te ve
Yeah.
ni sabe cómo estás reaccionando.
So he said you don't see the clients because you're on the phone. So you have to sound like you know what you're talking about, even when you don't know. Because Javier is not the type of. I have other managers in my team that they first teach everybody everything about the products, and they gotta know all the logins and they gotta know all these things. Javier teach people how to sell a policy on the phone. Like they still like getting contracts and they got one. Okay, let's sell with that one. Like he gets people to get paid. And that's so important, guys. When someone gets a commission check from us, from not from us, from National Life,
Thank
from
you.
any company,
Thank you. Thank you.
everything changes for them because then this becomes real. Like you could literally you have money in your bank account for something that you did, and that's what changes. So now, Javier, you started building leaders in your team. Tú tienes ahora líderes. How are you doing that? How are you identifying people to start building with your team? How are you doing that?
Tienen que, those people have, tienen que saber vender. He knows, tiene que saber vender. Y para no confundirme.
They have to sell. They have to know how to sell. They have to be top
Yeah.
producers.
Y
And what else?
tiene que hacer algo que sea duplicable y a largo plazo.
Yeah, he believes in something that's duplicatable. Like people could duplicate whatever he does. It's not like he's a genius or he's super smart. It's like if the new agent could do it, then it's good. We're gonna do it. If it's not, if it's something crazy, we're not doing it. So it's got to be duplicatable, and they have to be selling, right? And how committed do they have to be on buying leads and being committed with the being on Zoom and opening their mic when they're on
Yeah.
the phone?
Yeah. He have to stay in the Zoom all day from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., 1 p.m. So
1 a.m. I mean, 1
yeah, 1
a.m.
a.m., 1 a.m. all day in the Zoom. Yeah. And he
Oh,
need to buy lead minimum 1,000 per week minimum. Yeah, because
minimum one
if you
per.
invest 1,000, you can make 5,000. The more you invest, the more money you make. Menos dinero invierta, más dinero vas a perder.
Why you think some agents don't buy leads? What's your belief around that?
Porque no son seguros de ellos mismos, no se sienten seguros.
They don't believe in themselves. That's what Javier
Mhm.
says. If they don't buy leads, they say you don't believe in you. That's why you're
If you
not
don't buy
buying
lead,
leads.
you don't believe in yourself. Yeah. Mhm.
What else you want to ask Marissa to Javier?
No, I think this is really good. Javier, what's something at the very beginning? Like, I think building belief can sometimes, like, you obviously came in and believed right away. Was there something about the industry that made you believe that? Or what's something that you would tell new agents who are maybe like don't believe in the opportunity yet?
Como que no entendí una parte, Tina, si me puede, que sí entendí,
Que,
pero
si al inicio, cuando tú llegaste, ¿qué te hizo creer a
sí,
ti para que tú le puedas transmitir eso a los nuevos agentes que puedan creer desde el inicio?
porque
Si tú creíste de una vez o si, como tú creíste de una vez, muchos no creen de una vez.
sí,
¿Qué te ayudó a ti?
yo siempre creí desde el principio, I always believe.
Hablo en inglés, en English. Do it, say it in English.
I I was always believe in myself, but I was watching those young people making a lot of money, and I say if you are making it, I'm gonna make it. Why not? So
It,
that's inspired me a lot, and Sean too. I was watching Sean, and I was, me volvía loco cuando lo veía.
he loves Sean. He totally loves Sean. He was looking for Sean all over the internet, and that's how he found me because he loves Sean. But he said if those young people, he saw a lot of young people in the company because he's 20 at the time. He saw a lot of young people. He said if they could do it, I could do it, right? And then Javier, so you guys know, you hear his English, but he understands. But he will listen to Easton, to all the English top producers, okay? And then he will slow down the video and then take notes and study. So
Yeah.
he could sound like them. I mean, he'll come up to me and he'll be, I'm like, when did you learn that? He said, I was up at 5 in the morning and I listened to this YouTube video 20 times. I mean, he's intense, but that's what it takes, guys, to be where he is today. Javier, I sent so many people to get a logo and they get rejected because something is missing or they wrote too much and the percentage, whatever it is. Javier logo was approved, like boom, one request, boom, yes, he got the qualification. He's growing so fast. But it's his commitment and his drive and his belief in this business. And I'm going to tell you, and he tells this all the time in our trainings, when he went to the lock-in, Javier, how do you make that first call?
Yeah, I was so scared to make that the first call. I was putting the number of the client and I was scared to marcar el número, ¿cómo es? Y empezar a llamar al
To,
cliente.
to dial. He will
To
put the
dial,
number
yeah.
on the phone. He wouldn't dial, right?
Nah. So
And then
Digna
what
come
happened?
and she and she start to call the client. She come.
So I'll come by him and I see him trying, but he's not really trying. He will put the number and leave it there, and then I will come and dial for him. And then the answer, you gotta talk, you gotta talk. So we kept playing that game on the lock-in, and that's how he started. He was so nervous to talk to people, and I'm like, Javier, he talks all the time now. He's like this go-getter, amazing leader with his team. And I'm so proud of him because I just know, guys, and I could tell you, anyone that's here today, guys, I just want you to know this. You could do this if you make a decision today. Any one of you, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you speak, I don't care how you look like, it doesn't matter. Because I'm telling you, Javier will not, I will give him agents, and I'm like, oh, my assistant was like, Digna, take it back because they're going to quit. I'm like, okay, Javier's not going to help them. So I take the guys back, and I'm like, I'm going to help you. Javier is busy selling. I mean, he didn't want to do it. And then when he started building, Javier, you remember this, Javier had like 3 or 4 agents or 5, and then he'll come to me, oh, they're complaining too much. I can't deal with this. How do you deal with these people? I love them so much. I want them to win, but they're complaining. They don't want to buy leads. I said, I know what you're saying. And then he said, you know what? If I'm going to do this after Andrew Taylor, he said, I'm going to massively recruit. I'm going to just get a lot of agents and keep bringing new people because that's the cure of all, guys. Get more people. Stop talking to people that are just sucking your blood and not doing anything. Get new blood in your business and everything changes. And anyone could come in your business today that you don't know who they are, like I didn't know Javier, and they could change your business forever. Javier changed my life, my business. He's like a child to me, literally like my son, because I've seen him grown in this business so fast and becoming this leader that I'm so proud of. But I know the work that it took and the commitment. And I think anyone could do those 2 things. There's no talent. It's just commitment and work, guys. Just go to work.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you, and I'm so proud of you guys. And Javier, even look at this, you guys. When we talk about always making yourself uncomfortable, like how uncomfortable it is to get on this call and want to share with us and be here with us when English isn't even your first language. And he's like, I don't know if anyone's going to understand me, but I'm going to get on here and I'm going to try. And he's been saying to me, I want to get on. I want to help the team. I want to give back. I want to be able to train people. I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to show. So Javier, thank you for pouring into us. We are like literally so blessed to have you on our team. I'm a little bit scared for the leaderboard because after this call, I'm thinking we're going to see Rivera Financial, Rivera Solutions is going to be climbing. So we're proud of you. We love you, Digna. Thank you for getting on. Thank you for hosting, and thanks for you guys for staying on and taking notes. And this really is what this business is about. So Javier, I love you. I'm proud of you, and I'm excited to see what you guys continue to accomplish.
Thank you, Marisa. Thank you.
You're welcome, guys. Let's hop back on the phones. If not, I'll see you back on this call again in 2 weeks. Thanks, guys.